Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of Awoogen with the Vineyard Pack. In the last episode, one of our ambitious wolves, Aspenshade, sadly passed away from, I think it was a badger, that just randomly killed him in the territory while he was on a walk. He wished that before he died, he had some wishes of hopefully becoming the next deputy, take Zinnia Current's position, but that did not actually happen before he passed away. Zinnia Current wants to get to know Lake Tuft better. Zinnia Current is our male adult wolf who is the troublesome yet good speaker and has a little bit of a crush on Flamestar. He doesn't have that much of a backstory. None of these wolves do. So if you have a backstory and you'd like to give it to one of these characters, feel free to do that. I will take your suggestions. Speaking of Lake Tuft, Tuft is our medicine wolf. She's an adventurous, impressive climber who has a slim figure and is a senior wolf. It is pouring outside my house right now, so I'm not sure if you can see that, hear that. But I hope you cannot hear that. Flamestar is thinking about forming an alliance, and his apprentice is Burdockpaw. He smells of wormwood. That does not seem like a good scent to have. He is a coy wolf, and he is cold. A physical cold? Maybe he's just like, he has, even though his name is Flamestar, he's actually cold all the time. Not sure. He is fairly clairvoyant and a good hunter and confident, who collects bugs. Maple Dapple is one of our oldest warriors. She is 47 moons old. Her former apprentice is Shade Splinter and Bristle Chirp. She is righteous, a lore keeper, a great pup sitter, and looking at her right now, she's a little nervous. She's a little shy. She did have a little bit of a crush on Flamestar, but she also kind of doesn't like Flamestar because he yelled at her for something. I know it says that they have romance with each other, but that was also her past apprentice, so I'm going to avoid that. Shade Splinter, the first full warrior in the clan who was an apprentice when we started, is a nervous good hunter who is lost in thought and currently has white cough. He graduated at 12 moons old, and he was honored for his loyalty. Birchsight and Bristlechirp. They are the two female wolves that look actually identical. Birchsight is a loyal lore keeper and a fast runner who collects seashells, and she smells of lavender and has blueberries as her accessory. Aspenshade influenced her to be more likely to resort to violence. Zinnia Current influenced her to be more likely to slow to anger, be cold towards others, and make their own rules. Aspenshade helped her become better at remembering lore, and Zinnia Current helped her become also at remembering lore. So, that is Birchsight. The next wolf, who I think is her friend, kind of her friend, not as good as friends as she is with pretty much everyone else in the clan, is Bristlechirp, who is a coy wolf with an arctic pelt and sense of metal. Her accessory is Lily of the Valley Flowers. And she is a lore master, good hunter, and a little bit of troublesome. She likes to dig. She is currently injured from bruises, and her mentor was Maple Dapple, who influenced her to more likely have a positive outlook on life, start a fight, and step out of her comfort zone and head through with their inner compass guiding them. Maple Dapple helped her become better at remembering lore, and when she was graduated, she was honored for her zeal. I am not sure what that is. I'm going to look it up. What is zeal? Zeal is enthusiasm. Okay. That makes sense. And then Burdock Paw is the next wolf. Burdock Paw is actually older than these two wolves, but currently she had some sort of disease. I think it was a disease or some sort of injury where she wasn't training and she fell behind. She smells of spruce and she is responsible, likes to wrestle, and has an active imagination. Currently, she is mentored to Flamestar, and like I said, she is still an apprentice. And Lynxfur is our only elder who does not get a lot of time. So if you do have a backstory for him, feel free to comment down below and I will for sure use it. He's a good pup sitter, but is kind of cold and hides from the sun. Shall we go on a patrol? I think we shall. Birchsight and Bristlecharp can go on a hunting patrol, and they can go out just together as they are new warriors. And a rabbit bursts out from cover, startled by the patrol. The patrol rallies almost instantly and manages to corner and catch their rabbit. Okay. Oh, now my alarm's going off. So many phone notifications. Isn't that amazing? And then we can have Burdock Paw go out with Flamestar on a one-on-one training patrol. Flamestar wanders past an old lynx den overlooking a crook and a little river, only to freeze. There's a new scent here. Acrid and sour. Well, the only way to know is to check. Flamestar scrambles into the den for a look and comes nose to nose with its occupant. It's only by the grace of Starpack that he's able to redirect that speed to twist around just as fast, shedding fur in clumps as the lynx furious hissing and spitting follows him up the burrow tunnel. I am surprised that he didn't get any injuries from that. And then Maple Dapple can go out with Zinnia Current on a border patrol. And can't speak. While on patrol, Maple Dapple notices some suspicious... I cannot speak, holy shoot. While on patrol, Maple Dapple notices some suspicious paw prints in the mud by the short grass. Boldly, Zinnia Current follows the paw prints to a trespassing rogue and confronts her. Tail up and scowling, Zinnia Current and Maple Dapple demand the rogue to leave Vineyard territory. Intimidated by their confidence, the rogue gives in and leaves without a fight. And lastly, we can send out Lake Tuft, who, as the snows of Leafbearer blow around camp, Lake Tuft eyes their herb stores. They should still be able to dig up burdock. Lake Tuft heads out to replenish the pack's stocks. Maybe they're coming down with a runny nose, but Lake Tuft doesn't manage to sniff out any burdock and feels like a wasted afternoon. Let's time skip, shall we? Bristlecharp is no longer bruised, but now she has white cough. And Lake Tuft confesses to Lynxfur and gets rejected by the old Tom, or male. Flamestar names his apprentice Burdock Speck in honor of her level-headedness, and Burdock Speck was given clovers as congratulation, and Shadesplinter watches from the side with a jealous glint in his eyes. Shadesplinter, why are you jealous? I think Burdock Speck looks so cute. Hoping she doesn't get assigned to Dawn Patrol tomorrow. Maybe he's jealous because he's still ill from the white cough and he can't do anything. Bristlecharp is admiring Shadesplinter from afar, and Lake Tuft appreciates Birchsight's helpful attitude. Lake Tuft thinks the prey Bristlecharp is biting into on the other side of camp looks delicious. Lake Tuft confessed to Lynxfur, and everyone tiptoes around her. Flamestar thinks the prey Birchsight is biting into looks delicious. Flamestar, Burdock Paw, and Birchsight took a sunbath and had a small talk. Flamestar thinks Maple Dapple is a bit annoying. Oh, shoot. And Shadesplinter is wowed by how bravely Birchsight fought the other day. Lynxfur is complaining that Shadesplinter never does anything helpful, Lynx Fur caught Flamestar complaining about him behind his back. Zinnia Current thinks Burdock Paw was nice to him today. Zinnia thinks the same with Shade Splinter. Maple Dapple's always happy to be around Burdock Paw. Birchside is complaining that Lake Tuft never does anything helpful, and Burdock Speck laughs at bad jokes from Birchside, who is offering constructive criticism to the deputy, also her mentor, past mentor. Okay, let's see. Birchside detests Lake Tuft. I do not know why. And doesn't really like Bristlecharp, but I don't know why. Bristlecharp kind of really likes Shade Splinter, and Shade Splinter does not really know either of the white twins. Can't get the sharp smell of the herb stores out of his nose. I think he's just upset because he is still in the medicine cat den after a month or two of having white cough. Wow, there's thunder. We can only hope he doesn't die. I think Birchside, not Birchside. I think Lake Tuft will ask for us 2 warriors to go on a medicine cat herb patrol with her to help gather herbs. They are looking for blackberry leaves in their stores, and decides to bring anyone along who isn't busy with other work. The blackberry bramble has died back, withered and dry, and Lake Tuft can't get any fresh leaves from this. They note with growing concern that leaf bear might have killed the plant. They'll have to try a different blackberry bush another day. How are the stores looking? Not 100% great, but still good enough, I think, can heal these 2 from white cough. And then we can send out the last 3 on a random patrol type. They catch the scent of a bobcat. Tracking it, they find a bobcat feeding on an elk carcass, either a small female or one of the last New Leaves calves. The solo dog-sized predator definitely didn't kill this massive hunk of fresh kill. The bobcat gives up on the kill with a hiss, but a cougar screeches in the distance, sends both the weaker predator species running. The wolves puffed up and uncomfortable. They barely managed to bring any prey back to camp. Flamestar wonders how Lake Tuft is doing. Zinnia Current is doing his best to honor the pack and his leader. Lake Tuft wonders how Burdock Paw is doing. Maple Dapple is giving some advice to Shade Splinter, who, we already know him. We know her. We know this one. And then Bristlecharp ate her fill and then some from the fresh kill pile. And Lynx Fur is thinking how awfully good pet food must taste. He's an elder. We'll let it slide. Bristlecharp has recovered from white cough along with Shade Splinter, and Lake Tuft fell into the river and is still hacking and sputtering. Shade Splinter was seen playing with a pet over the border, Vesta, and Birchside's rejection of Burdock Speck was very public. So a lot of rejection. Burdock Speck hopes that Flamestar notices her improvement. She's sense of spruce. We already knew that. Lake Tuft is ill. And Zinnia Current is trying to play a prank on Shade Splinter. I think Shade Splinter will go out. Birchside, Bristlecharp can go, and then Burdock Speck. And they can go on a hunting patrol. And Burdock Speck is tempted to eat the prey that she just caught. Burdock Speck gives in to her grumbling belly, reasoning that no one will notice. But when the patrol reforms and Burdock Speck arrives back empty-pawed with blood on her lips, she feels the suspicious stares of the other warriors on her pelt. Why would you do that? And then we can just go on a random patrol. They come across a small dog. All Maple Dapple's attempts to drive the small dog off only send it into greater and greater fits of excitement. Only the thing to do is wait, exasperating in a safe spot for the beast to calm down. Okay. Shade Splinter, what are your thoughts? Oh, he kind of likes Burdock Speck, and Bristlecharp really likes him. And does not like Burdock Speck, probably because of that. She's considering breaking the rules. Birchside rejects Burdock Speck. and our medicine wolf is still injured. Lake Tuft thinks that Bristle Chirp isn't so bad after all. Lake Tuft wants to sneak along the border with Burdoc's Beck, and Flamestar has drawn the ire of Zinnia Current by deliberately taking the last of his favorite nesting materials from him. Zinnia Current promises to always look out for Bristle Chirp. Okay, nothing very important. Flamestar is wondering about the prophecies that maybe Lake Tuft was given. He still has a crush on Zinnia Current, and Zinnia Current still kind of likes Flamestar. I'm thinking that Lynxfur can be a mediator and can mediate these two wolves. I'm going to mediate both of these. The romantic did not go up. So we'll have to see what will happen when I do it with Maple Dapple and Flamestar if the romance does go up. Flamestar, Zinnia Current, Maple Dapple. As Flamestar heads out with a group of clanmates, he puts a paw wrong, slipping onto his side. His breath whishes from his lungs as he's hit with flashes of flying through the air and a promise already broken. I don't understand that. And it's nothing. Flamestar doesn't want to talk about it. I don't really understand what that means. The patrol finds an opening to what seems to be a new set of tunnels. Burdoc's Beck stops the patrol before they can move to enter the tunnels. After a careful inspection of the entrance, Burdoc's Beck concludes that a cougar has claimed this as its home. The predator seems to be away for the moment, but could return soon. The patrol quickly moves on. Bristle Chirp is having a good day. Birchsight is batting at her tail. Burdoc's Beck is eavesdropping on Bristle Chirp. Shadesplinter is hoping that Flamestar doesn't assign him to the Dawn Patrol. Maple Dapple is hoping Zinnia Current won't assign her to the next patrol. Lynxfur is giving advice to Lake Tuft, who is showing the pups herbs. We don't have any pups. Zinnia Current is sad he couldn't spend time with Aspen Shade, who sadly passed away. And then Flamestar, yeah, we already know that. Okay, let's time skip. Shadesplinter's gotten a runny nose. And is there anyone that's like actually something like I'm looking for Bristle, but there is none. Burdoc's Beck surprises Shadesplinter with something nice. He still likes Burdoc's Beck. Shoot! I want you and Bristle Chirp to get together. Maple Dapple, oops, sorry. Lynxfur, you can go mediate these two. Try and get their dislike down. Holy. And then we can go on one huge patrol. No, not one huge patrol. We can remove all. 3, I guess. And they spy a fat rabbit. Okay, we're not going to proceed. And then we can go on another random patrol, and they see 2 Freckle Pack pups playing close to the border. Oh my gosh. As Flamestar crosses the border with Shadesplinter to grab the pups by their scruff, a Freckle Pack patrol suddenly appears looking furious with their fangs bared. Shadesplinter gently drops the pup and attempts to explain the situation, but is immediately and viciously killed. Flamestar races back over to their side of the border, just barely escaping the wrath of Freckle Pack warriors. You are actually joking me right now? You are actually joking. No. Shadesplinter. He was so young. Makes me so annoyed. This is so stupid. Okay, I'm a little upset. Time skip. During the gathering, Flamestar has a lot to say about Freckle Pack's recent patrols near Vineyard Pack borders, and none of it is good. The past mood Shadesplinter has taken their place in Star Pack. Vineyard Pack mourns their loss, and their packmates will miss the spot they took up in their lives. Moments of their life are shared in stories around the circle of mourners, as those that they were closest to take them back to their final resting place. This makes me so mad. It's dumb. I'm mad. Okay, we're gonna have to go on a hunting patrol. And they come across a little two-leg nest on the prairie while hunting. we will proceed. And a medium amount of prey was brought back. Good. And then a medicine patrol. And she can't remember where the juniper tree is. She's getting quite old. Lynx fur. Can random 2 random wolves. No, not those. 2 random wolves. Actually, you know what? Just do this. Mediate. I just want... Why do they have to dislike each other so much? Okay, guys. I think that's going to be all for today's... What? Okay, guys. Maple Dapple... Maybe we won't be ending up the episode today. She is expecting pups. What? Okay, we're gonna go on a patrol real quick. Oops, sorry. Okay, what? Oh, they find a wounded wolf near the Thunder Path. They can proceed. And Bat joined the clan. He is old. Really old. But it's always good to have another wolf around. And then we can go on an herb gathering patrol. And Marigold was gathered. Lynx fur is no longer suffering from a heat stroke. Go on an herb gathering patrol. Lake Tuft is frustrated because of the unproductive afternoon. Flamestar is craving the taste of rabbit. What? What? 180? Complete 180. Zinnia Current is the father to the pup. What? Well, guys, that's all we're going to, that's all for today. If you'd like to see more, please like and subscribe and ring the notification bell to get notified when I post new videos. I'm trying to post every day. I hope you enjoyed. See you guys later. Bye!